Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we wake up at a beautiful lake just outside Campbell River on Vancouver Island. And this is what most van lifers dream to look at every morning. Heck, it's what most of us dream to come out to see any chance we can. That seems to be the narrative of most van lifers. But for myself, I'm a little different from the rest. Don't get me wrong, I think, just like everybody else, that this is absolutely beautiful. And I definitely don't take that for granted. Waking up to a golden sunrise next to a lake in the middle of the woods is everything someone can dream of.
You see the frost? Oh no. Is it still working? Oh wow. Yeah, you can see the imprint. Oh, wow.
For most of you who have followed my channel for quite a while, you would know that I have lived most of my YouTube van life in a Walmart parking lot, in a city, also in a broken down van, unable to come even close to a view like this. So to not only be here, but also have my dad and great friends around me is more than I could ask for.
How you doing this morning?
And the truth is that van life is glamorized so much that this is almost anything that someone thinks about when they think of van life. Going out in the woods, camping, or living off-grid. But it's not so much for this guy. You see, even though my title is Bruce Van Life, that is because I absolutely 100% live in a van full-time here in Canada. Through all the minus 50 winters and all the plus 40 summers, from being stuck in a city to sitting out by a lake, I wouldn't have my life any other way than living in a vehicle. But I believe that everyone who lives in a vehicle does so for their own reasons. And today, I would like to express my reasons on why I live in a vehicle, and why I've chosen to do so for most of my life. From vans, to trucks, to trailers and campers, small four-door sedan, to your grandpa's big Buick. I've basically lived in every form of vehicle that you can imagine. And most people, when living in a vehicle, would dream of a bigger space. But for me, I decided to go the opposite way. You see, I've had the big rigs, the 26-foot campers, and the trailers, and for me, it was honestly too much space. I'm what you would call a minimalist, but on top of that, I'm an extreme car guy. Which leads me to my reason on why I live in a vehicle. I'm what you would call an automotive enthusiast, meaning I love all makes and models. And realistically, anything on wheels that can be made to go fast. Kind of explains the hat. Thanks, Brent. And I bet you're asking yourself right now, well, Bruce, if you're an automotive enthusiast and you like things that can go fast, then why the heck did you pick a cargo van to live in to try and go fast? And the truth is, realistically, everyone needs at least a little bit of space to stretch out and get comfortable. And for me, a cargo van was the perfect amount of space for all of my possessions and the tools that I carry often. For me, my van is like a perfect fitting hat. It keeps your head warm, keeps you out of the weather. With the right look, it can represent a little bit of who you are and make you look good while you're in it. There are many reasons why I live in a vehicle, and I can go on sharing the reasons all day long. But realistically, the main reason that put me living in a vehicle and motivated me to live this way was my passion for the automotive industry, and the fact that I wanted to be behind the wheel of something that had an engine, always. And in living that way, my vehicles have taken me to places that I could never imagine, from Newfoundland to Vancouver Island and everywhere in between. But the one thing I've always struggled with is finding something that I've always been interested in, and that's somewhere to race my home. Yeah, and I know, to most, that sounds silly, but it's been a passion of mine since I was a child, and that passion has never left me. But being in Canada, we are very limited on racetracks, and the ones that we do have only operate for like 3 months of the year. So in a sense, I've always felt like a summer weather creature trapped in a cold weather environment. Kinda like this bumblebee flying around in the middle of January. So unfortunately, just like that bee, I've been forced to survive up here in Canada. With our limited amount of racing and my huge passion for it, it doesn't even out well. But until I can afford to head south, I will just do with what I have where I am, and slowly continue to work towards the goals and achievements that I want to accomplish in my life. And even if some of those goals seem super far out of reach, I will always be willing and continue to climb towards what I want. My entire life, I've always wanted to get into anything in the automotive industry that had something to do with making vehicles perform better and go faster. And I'm not talking about your typical mechanic shop that will put a ball joint in or a cold air intake. I'm talking about the high performance shops that I've always watched and seen and admired on TV. Growing up and all through my life, watching those shows has always inspired me to do what I do now, which is help anyone I can mechanically, or at least share the knowledge that I've learned through learning everything that I can in the automotive industry. Now mind you, the junior in my YouTube channel name for me has more than one meaning. For example, I have never and will never claim to be a professional in anything I say or do. I'm a junior, and that's how I like it. I'm always willing to learn, and just like most juniors do in anything, we're willing to push the limits and have fun and make memories to talk about when that one day I become a senior myself. But until then, friends, I'm very much a junior, and this is very much a big part of junior's life. From here on, there's no more pavement. So my thought is to ultimately test Andy from Overland Interior's interior build kit. And what better way to do that, in my mind, than to rally race with it, you know? Dirt roads are known for vibrating stuff loose and just kicking the crap out of vehicle interiors. So we're gonna put Andy's kit to the ultimate test, rally racing my van from here to the campsite. Let's do it.
Hang on, man. pretty sure they heard you.
Yo, I heard that Chrome guy drives pretty hard in his van.
On all the back roads.
Now, with all that fun and excitement out of the way, it's time to give a good look over Andy's interior build kit to see if there's any flaws or loose screws in the entire build. And for reference, what we're gonna do is look over what I've built on the van and then what Andy's built on the van to see the difference. But first, let's just take a moment to enjoy this lake. Now, for those of you who have watched the previous videos, you know that Andy flew all the way from Ontario to Vancouver Island to install this interior build kit in my van at Van Toys. I had built a few things in my van previous to having the kit installed, such as this power desk, but since our durability test, the sliders don't fully function and I had to go around the entire thing tightening a few screws. And the more I look at it, the more I realize it's going to need a little bit of re-engineering. But I feel like in a way, that's always the case when you're building something new and designing along the way. One of the other reasons why I would like to redesign or rebuild my front desk is because the entire build kit that Andy installed looks so dang good that my craftsmanship is clearly shown to be no match compared to Andy's years of experience building and designing interior build kits for vans. Now, let's go over all of the storage space that comes with this interior build kit. And I would just like to mention how smooth all of these drawers still work, even after multiple durability tests up and down the dirt road. Heck, even the soft drawer closing feature was unaffected. This main dresser is one of the most beautiful features that I think comes with the build kit. It comes with 5 humongous storage drawers that you can use for whatever you choose. With me cooking inside my van mainly, I chose to use this as my cooking station. And as much as I feel like this is one of the most beautiful pieces in the van build, I also have to give credit to the overhead cabinet, because this is actually a piece I didn't think I would enjoy as much as I do. But after living with it for quite some time, I've really grown to enjoy it, and after having it in my van now, I can't imagine not having this piece there. It works great for holding my security system, and my security gnome is always on guard, with the best view in the house. Built into the overhead cabinet is also this power switch panel, and I've added some Velcro to this door to hold my iPad up at night. The amount of clothing storage in this cabinet is wild, not to mention that these also come with the soft closing feature. Andy's also advised me to get some struts to hold up the doors for when I'm getting stuff out of it or filling it up, that I will be adding very soon. Now for my most favorite piece of the entire van build, the bed. And I would like to mention that this is not your average bed build in a van. It's honeycombed all the way through and comes with a number of huge storage spaces to store anything you could possibly need. This compartment, I believe, was designed to hold your battery system, but just as I've done, you could put basically whatever you want in any storage compartment. And I say that this was built to hold your batteries and battery system, mainly for the fact that it's directly below the power switch panel that you would hook up your 12-volt accessories to. On both passenger and driver sides of the van, along the wheel wall, there's an entire storage unit, all honeycombed to make everything completely breathable. Andy spared no expense when he was designing and fabricating these interior build kits. The wheel wall storage space can be accessed from the inside panel or from the outside panel, with easy access when you open the rear doors of your van. And even after our rugged durability test, nothing has even moved under the bed. Not to mention that I didn't have to tighten a single screw on this entire build. From the bed to the dresser to even the overhead cabinet, everything was completely secured. And these two drawers right here have to be my absolute favorite of the entire build. With being a car guy and always wrenching on either my or other people's vehicles, having my tools at easy access is one of the things that I've never had before. And now, thanks to Overland Interiors, I finally have a proper storage space for all of my tools, where I can have easy access to everything I need and see everything without stacking stuff away or hiding them in a storage tub. And with this driver's side pull-out drawer having a 400-pound capacity, I'm able to load this thing up with all of the supplies and tools that I'll ever need. From brand new screws and angle brackets for future projects, to all of my wiring stuff, some extra paint, Flex Seal, all of my power tools and chargers, this container of random trinkets and tools, drill bits, all the vice grips I'll ever need. And since somebody recently told me I should always have a code reader on board, we now have one of those, thanks to Overland Harry. I do have a great assortment of sockets, ratchets, and extensions, but one day I hope to have a complete kit so that I can organize this a little better instead of just having them in little plastic containers. And to top it all off, Andy provides these top lids to make it not only a table, but aesthetically pleasing, which ties right into my overall goal with this van, is to not only make it aesthetically pleasing, but something that I could be proud of for many years to come. And I think with Andy's interior build kit, it's definitely providing that feel for me on my home. And I would highly suggest that if you're in the market for building your van out, and you're not interested in building out the interior yourself, but you also want a home that you can be completely proud of, this is the perfect thing for you. Because while you're building out your van and doing all the things that you need to do, the one thing you can rest your mind on is that if you have an Overland Interiors camper van build kit, that it will be the easiest part of your entire van build, and you can go on for years living in something that you could truly be proud of. And have the confidence in your interior build kit that you can take it down a dirt road to view spots and campsites just like this one without the worry of your build falling apart, because you know that this kit has been ruggedly tested by Bruce Vanlife Jr. and Van City Vanlife. And with all that being said, I think I'm going to end the video off here, you guys. Thank you all so much for following along and joining in on the adventure and all the fun. Be sure to click like, share, and subscribe to follow along as we go through my very unconventional way of van life. And until next time, remember, never give up on living life, because life is the most precious thing we have. I'll see you all in the next one. Hey everybody, Andy, this one's for you, brother. Let's rock and roll. I'm sorry, man.
Camera's not even close to the street.
Not at all. Sorry, folks, the vibrations, y'all.
People. There's a slight concern I could be recording my death right now, but you know.
Randy didn't hire me full stuff well.
Randy's gonna think that when he sees this.
I don't know Randy, my the kid just walked right off the tire.
They get a weird angle.
Everybody, right now, just so everyone knows in the bloopers, I dropped my cameraman off up ahead. We've got people on the walkie-talkies. The road is shut down. So just know that when I was going all silly-nilly on this road, we were being safe about it. You know, when you see me doing things like this, I do take safety precautions. Anyway, hope you guys all enjoyed this video and these bloopers.